Welcome back to PT's RC Need for Speed. We have a little exclusive interview here with Hayes Reeling from Lefthander RC. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate this. So the first question everyone wants to know is why? Why build this new chassis for this new car kind of thing?
Well, I can't really say it's totally my idea. Dustin Malakote from GFRP, he got this idea going. And the idea really is just to have a simple car with fairly simple adjustments that you can take to multiple places and kind of keeps the cost in check. Make it so that it has a 0 degree tow on the right rear. You have to run 0 degree. You can tow it in, but you can't tow it out. So that's going to make the cars so where you have to lift. You have to get off the throttle a little more, and should hopefully create some good racing that way. And then it's going to use all steel drivetrain components there, so that'll help keep the cost down that way. You have to run a ball diff, so some of those things just add a lot of cost savings for the racer. So
how long has this project taken from when you came up with the idea to completion of the car?
Honestly, like I said, Dustin, I know he's been doing a lot of testing on this, and this is his cage. He came up with this whole design for that. I kind of just jumped in here. It felt like, he kind of explained the direction of the class that he was trying to go, to take the class, and I thought it was a good idea, and I think it could be good for the racing and help. People are looking at it as a little bit trying to bring new people in, but I don't think it's really that kind of racer. You're going to appeal more to maybe a little more seasoned racer that wants to run a second class, maybe a guy who got out of the racing that hasn't raced oval in a few years and sees it's a little more simplistic, and just something different. This will have all 3D or printed headers and oil tank, and it'll look like a real midget. It's got the rules written, so the front's got to be open like that, so you're not going to have any crazy scoop noses to make the car turn super crazy. And yeah, there's some rules written for the offset too. So there's a right rear. There's a measurement from the cage to the right side of the outside of the tire, and that can't exceed, I want to say it's like 3.6, but that's going to keep it from making a half-inch car offset car or a 3/4 inch offset car, which could accelerate on a high bite situation but not work real good at a track like PT's here. But this, I actually ran it at our local track, Tracks at Hobbies, which is hard packed, and it has an offset option to basically go as far as it can with that rule, and it worked good at that track. And for PTs, it was able to center it up so it's a little more centered, and it drove good that way here. So
wow. So are there like similar components or design aspects from other models that racers can expect to see in this car?
This car is going to use custom works, basically shocks, transmission, arms, where obviously Dustin is using all of his GFRP stuff. So that's the main thing, but all the dimensions, it's going to be close to each other here.
Can you compare or contrast the way this car drives compared to a conventional sprint car?
Yeah, it's on our high bite track, it really it drove at slow speed. It felt like it was going to turn a lot, but once you were going, it drove really tight, so you had to lift early, which if you have to lift and get out of the gas, that creates opportunities to pass, which hopefully will create good racing that way. And so from that standpoint, like the 13.5 rubber cars at trackside, the higher bike track, like you tow the rear way out and guys can run gear diffs, and it's pretty much just as much on-power steering as you can handle. So this takes away some of that on-power steering with not having a scoop nose, the toe, and some of the stuff that way. So,
is it okay to ask how this kit will compare in price to other cars on the market?
Yeah, it's going to be in the neighborhood of what Dustin's is. I don't know. I'm still waiting to hear some things, but it's not going to be $300 or anything like that. But I know guys are going to say that's too expensive, but at the same time, most of the sprint cars currently, there's not really one available for much less than $500. And for any sort of spec class, you're going to buy aluminum components. This is going to come ready to go, everything you need on the track for pretty much what you would be into it for that. So, and I know Dustin is going to sell his with what it needs to work properly. So you should be able to get it on the track without having to buy extra stuff, aluminum stuff and gear diffs and all that kind of things. So.
Yeah, you mentioned Dustin Malco helping out with this project. Is there anyone else you want to thank that may have helped bring this project to life?
Yeah, I really got to thank Mikey Dibb. He's been a racer down here. He's raced in the Midwest. I've actually known Mikey probably longer than anyone else I've raced with. So he's a good friend, and I had some ideas for just to do a car in general. And after seeing Dustin's idea for this class, I thought it was a good opportunity. And Mikey did all the drawing, basically took what I had up here and got it into here, and this came together in about less than a month, a little over a month. So it happened pretty quick, and hopefully we can get it rolling out pretty soon here. But
all right, I appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
well, thanks.
Stay tuned in to PT's RC Need for Speed